You've probably been hearing the term AI agents a lot lately. It's popping up in news articles, business conversations, podcasts, and just about everywhere people are discussing the future of AI. But what exactly is an AI agent? Most videos explaining AI agents are either too technical or too basic. This video is for people like myself. You have no technical background, but you're using AI tools regularly. Today, I'm cutting through the buzzwords to give you a clear, practical explanation of what AI agents are, how they are different from the AI tools you already know, and why this term matters for understanding where technology is heading. This video isn't about building agents yourself. It's about understanding what people mean when they use this term. So let's break down what the types are and use examples you are actually encounter in real life. AI assistance is what most people know and use. Popular tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini are applications built on top of large language models or LLMs. You, as the user, give it an input, and the LLM produces an output based on the data it has been trained on. Let's say I ask ChatGPT to draft an email requesting for a meeting with a potential client. The prompt is the input and the email generated by ChatGPT is the output. But what if I ask ChatGPT to check my availability next week for a meeting with this client? Not surprisingly, ChatGPT is not able to provide an answer because it doesn't have this information. It doesn't have access to my calendar. This highlights two key traits of AI assistants. First, AI assistants have limited knowledge of private information, like our personal information or internal company data, despite being trained on vast amounts of data. Second, AI assistants are reactive. They wait for your input and then respond. Moving on to type 2, AI workflows. Building on our previous example, if I told the AI assistant, before answering any personal event questions, check my Google Calendar first, it suddenly knows what to do because it now has a clear path to follow. Check the calendar first, then respond. But what if I ask it next to provide me with an estimated travel time from my office to the client's office? The AI won't be able to answer this unless checking travel time was explicitly included in the workflow. And in our case, we only told it to check my Google Calendar and did not include Google Maps in the workflow. If I wanted to also check the travel time, I would need to add that step and give it access to Google Maps. Once I do this, it can include that info in its answer. But here is the thing, it's still just a workflow, no matter how many steps we include. If a human is the decision maker, it's not an AI agent. Keep this in mind as we move on to type 3, AI agents. Building on the same example, let's break down what I've been doing so far as the human decision maker with the goal of scheduling a meeting with a client. In order to schedule the meeting, I need to do two things. First is reason or think about the best approach. I need to check my availability, consider travel time, draft the meeting request, and send the email to the client. Second, take action using tools. Use Google Calendar to check availability. Check Google Maps for travel time. Write email using ChatGPT and send it to the client via Gmail. Now, and this is important, in order for any AI workflow to become an AI agent, the one thing that has to happen is that I, the human decision maker, need to be replaced by an LLM, which means that the AI agent must reason. By simply tell the AI agent, coordinate a meeting with the client sometime next week, it will reason how to best get the job done without me needing to predefine every step. The AI might reason, what's the best way to get my availability for next week? How much time would it take for me to get to the client's office? What's the best way to reach out to the client? Once it has a plan, the AI agent must act. Use tools to get the job done. Access my Google Calendar to check availability. Access Google Maps to estimate travel time. Use ChatGPT to create the email and use Gmail to send the email. The third key trait of AI agents is their ability to iterate. Let's say the client gets back to us and can't meet on the proposed date and time. An AI agent will automatically go back to our calendar, look for alternative options to meet, and by itself reply to the email until it successfully schedules a meeting for me. A true AI agent can reason, plan, take initiative, and adjust based on outcomes without needing step-by-step instructions from a human. Let's say you have been tasked to plan a big company event. Instead of you, the human, searching for venues, comparing prices, and coordinating vendors, you could tell an AI agent, plan a company retreat for 50 people in Dubai for 3 days in July, with a budget of $30,000, focusing on team building. The agent would research venues, compare catering options, find team building activities, coordinate schedules, and even handle initial negotiations. Behind the scenes, this agent would be using multiple AI tools such as web search capabilities to find venues, natural language processing to understand vendor responses, scheduling algorithms to coordinate dates, and email generation tools to handle communications. It's not just answering questions or following a checklist. It's managing a complex, multi-step project with changing variables. You might wonder, why does it matter what we call these things? The terminology is important because it signals a fundamental shift in how we interact with AI. When we call something an AI assistant, we expect it to help us do our work. When we call it an AI workflow, we expect it to automate our processes. But when we call it an AI agent, we are talking about something that can work independently toward goals. This distinction matters for businesses, careers, and how we think about the future of work. The reason everyone's talking about agents now is that we are crossing the threshold from helpful AI tools to AI that can independently manage tasks. Pro tip: you might come across the term React framework. It refers to one of the most common AI agent designs, where the agent is expected to both reason and act, hence the name React. AI agents are making headlines and boardroom conversations for a few key reasons. First, the technology has matured. Today's AI models can manage complex, multi-step reasoning and stay focused on long-term goals, something that wasn't reliable just a year ago. Second, big tech companies are placing big bets. Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI are all building out platforms specifically designed to support AI agents. Third, the impact on the workforce is becoming clear. These systems go beyond automation. They are beginning to take on roles that involve judgment, decision-making, and adaptability. It's not just about tools anymore. It's about rethinking how work gets done. Now that you understand what AI agents actually are, what does this mean for you personally and professionally? When you see news about AI agents, you can now distinguish between incremental improvements to existing AI tools and genuinely new capabilities. This helps you assess which developments actually matter versus which are just marketing hype. When colleagues or industry leaders discuss AI agents, you'll understand whether they are talking about enhanced productivity tools or fundamental changes to how work gets done. Understanding the agent concept helps you recognize when AI systems in your industry cross from helpful tools to independent operators. You will also start noticing popular agent building platforms in conversations, like Make.com, N8N, Zapier AI, Copilot Studio, AutoGPT, and others. These tools support everything from simple automations to fully autonomous agents. Pro tip: don't worry about learning these platforms unless it's directly relevant to your role. What matters is recognizing them in conversations and being able to distinguish between simple automation and true agent capabilities. Let's wrap things up by tying everything together. Here's a quick visual recap of the 3 types we talked about today. Type 1. You give the LLM an input and it responds with an output. Easy. Type 2. For AI workflows, you still provide an input, but the LLM follows a preset path that you've defined, like checking your Google Calendar first. You're still giving the instructions. And finally, with AI agents, you simply give it a goal. like scheduling a meeting, and the system takes over. It plans the steps, selects the right tools, acts and adapts as needed until the goal is met and a final output is produced. The key here is that the AI agent is the decision maker in the workflow. So the next time someone mentions AI agents, you'll know they are not just talking about chatbots or simple automation. They're describing AI systems that can work independently toward goals, make decisions, and adapt to changing circumstances. Whether that excites you or concerns you, understanding the terminology helps you engage with one of the most important technological developments happening right now. If this video helped clarify the confusion around AI agents, give it a like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, where are you hearing the term AI agents most often? In business meetings, news articles, social media, or others? Thanks for watching, and remember, you are not late to the AI party, you're right on time. See you in the next one.